What's up, y'all? It's Fitz with FatherFlex.com. Thank y'all for tuning in. I got a waterfall behind me, so if you hear some background noise during the video, just a little waterfall. I'm outside, getting my little zen on, eating my lunch. Got some quinoa, some trout. But I wanted to get on and talk about a moment of growth for me. A moment of growth. So, over the weekend, I was playing basketball, right? I was playing basketball with the normal group of people that I usually play basketball with the exception of one person. So we out there hooping, and there is somebody that pulls up, and they on the sideline, they waiting, and they jump in. Right? They jump in the game, the next game, and we hooping. Now, we don't know this dude. But I was guarding him. Now, as we're playing, this dude is just talking trash. He don't know us, we don't know him, but he's talking trash, particularly towards me, because I'm the one that's guarding him, and he guarding me and shit like that. So he's talking trash. I'm just reserved. I'm chill. You're not gonna get me out of my element. But anyways, as the game goes on, he gets more aggressive and more aggressive, and he's about my size. And he's not stronger than me. But he keeps trying to run through me, and it's not happening. And he starts getting frustrated, and he starts kind of taking little jabs at me, right? Taking little jabs at me, saying slick shit. So towards the end of the game, there was just one call that he made that was crazy. Said I fouled him. I didn't. I had all ball, no diddy. And I kind of went off a little bit. I was like, nah, I didn't foul you. I'm like, bro, you drive into the hole. I got to guard my face and guard the ball and stuff. You fouling, and now you calling weak shit. I caught myself slipping, and here's why. I was getting outside of my element, and I was reverting back to how I used to handle situations like that. How I grew up handling situations like that is any amount of disrespect, someone trash talking and stuff like that, we on 10 with it. So I'm going right back at you. I'm making it personal. I'm taking personal jabs. I'm being petty, all that stuff. Now, I say it's a moment of growth for me because, it didn't take me much to contain myself, to stay reserved, calm, and collected. There was no fear in my heart. I know I could have defended myself if stuff went down. But for me, I sat back and I looked at that situation, and I was kind of heated and upset afterwards. But I felt good because I was able to make it home to my family. I didn't get in no fight or altercation, really. And, at the end of the day, I know what I'm working towards. I know my purpose. I know my goals, and they're bigger than getting in some type of altercation over a basketball game. But what I learned about myself is this. All those years while I was responding through fighting when maybe it didn't need that, all those years where I would get upset and I would lash out, and, I'm willing to lay my life down on the line out here because of something somebody said. All those years, I was operating from a place of fear. Not fear like, oh, I'm scared, but fear like, I don't know what the next person's gonna do. But also fear of me not being real with myself. Now, back then, I felt like, any amount of disrespect, it was justified whatever reaction I had. Now, I've grown a little bit more, and I focus more on the bigger picture. And so in my younger days, when I think back to it, I was a lot less vulnerable with myself. I was a lot less vulnerable with other people. And so because of that, I had to sort of live up to something. My principles were grounded in, if you disrespect me, then it's on site. We gonna handle business however, and I don't really care if I lose my life, if you lose your life, if whatever happens. I just didn't care. And I'm saying all of this because in life we go through certain phases, we go through certain seasons, and there are different things that matter to us at the moment that in 5 years they may not matter to us because we're on something else, or whatever the case is. And so when it comes to our time and the way that we think and the way that we approach problems, we have to understand that our focus and our principles are going to guide our behavior. So if you're out here living reckless and you don't really have no purpose and you don't have no goals, a small little argument or a little altercation or whatever can turn deadly. It can turn to where you ain't got your freedom no more. You ain't got your life no more. Something so small, because there's nothing in that moment to keep you on track. And maybe your situation isn't as extreme as you're about to fight somebody, but it could be that when you wake up every day, you don't have that thing to keep you on track, so it's easy for you to hit the snooze button. You don't have that thing to keep you on track, so when you say you're going to the gym or you're going to work out, you don't do it because there's not that goal or that vision keeping you on track. So this conversation is really about vision and what is keeping you on track. So when I'm out here hooping and somebody running off with the mouth, my vision and the thing that's keeping me on track is no longer you're gonna respect me or else I'm willing to do X, Y, and Z. It's no longer guided by that. My vision is I have a family. I'm out here trying to make this money. I'm out here trying to change lives. I have a bigger purpose and a bigger goal. So those things keep me on track. And so the best thing that you can do for your life, if you find yourself doing things you don't really care about, you end up in situations that you don't really care about and that are draining your energy, get you a purpose, get you goals, get you things that can keep you aligned when you get knocked off the track. Keep aligned when you get knocked off the track. So I hope that added some value. I'm out here eating my lunch, but I had that on my heart and I wanted to just let y'all see, or let y'all hear the message. Like I said, I'm out here chilling. I'm gonna enjoy the rest of my little lunch. Give y'all we got some pistachios, a Greek yogurt, apple, avocado, and what we got here? A little Cliff Bar. Gotta get the protein. Got to get the protein. But appreciate y'all. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you got any value from this. See y'all next time.